This is $100, and this is a food truck festival. Here you'll find all the best food trucks from the Midwest joining together here for this event known as the Minnesota Food Truck Festival. Well, today I'm looking for the best of the best as we are doing a food truck face-off. Wait, are we doing a face-off or spending $100? First, I want to see if I can spend over $100 on food truck food. Second, I want to crown the king of this food festival, letting you know by the end of this video which food was my absolute favorite. So will I be victorious in my attempt to spend $100? Let's find out, and let's go meet the food truck people, drivers, cooks. Let's move. Boom, we've come to our first location right behind me right now. It is called Old Smoky BBQ. I know what you're thinking. Wait, Sonny, Minnesota's not known for barbecue. Yes, that was until this guy, Dustin. Let's go inside, have a chat, and see what he's got in store for us today. Boom, right now I'm in the truck right here with Dustin. How you doing, Dustin?
Good.
The first question I have is about barbecue in Minnesota. Barbecue is king in the South, but you don't really see it that much in Minnesota. What drew you to barbecue in Minnesota?
Well, I've been doing barbecue for a long time. We used to roast whole hogs, and then I brought that up to the cities when I moved up here, and I turned it into a big smoker. Yeah, I worked in restaurants forever, and when I decided to start my own truck, I just decided to do barbecue.
So you started off with pigs, but today I'm going to be trying the brisket.
Right. One of our main things has been the brisket grilled cheese, which is our best seller on our truck.
Can we see how it's made?
Absolutely. So for the brisket grilled cheese, we start out with some nice thick Texas toast. We're gonna butter that really well.
Oh my God, I need one of these at my house. So you have two different types of cheese going on there.
So we do a Colby-Jack and then a smoked provolone, and then grab the brisket right here. We get a nice little load of brisket in there. We also do sautéed onions. Put the provolone on top, and then slide this over butter side up, and that's how it goes. Takes about 5 minutes total.
Have you ever had any haters come to you and say, I love you, man, but sorry, this is not a grilled cheese. This is actually a brisket melt?
Nobody has ever come up and said that.
Oh my God. Maybe I'm the hater. Okay, what do you have to say to me then?
Is a hot dog a sandwich? It doesn't matter what you call it, as long as it tastes good.
Then he's gonna give it a little bit of a cut, toss it in the boat. Ooh, look at that melty cheese. Then it gets a little bit of brisket grilled cheese sauce.
And that's our brisket grilled cheese.
Boom, our first meal is right here. I am standing very far away from the truck because there's a DJ playing very cool music. It's awesome. I love generic whatever this is music. Anyways, back to the sandwich. Oh, look at that thick Texas toast. The perfect sear on the outside, and then inside, two types of cheese hugging it from each side, like a fromage ménage à trois. A little French humor there. Then inside, the brisket smells real good. I'm gonna go for it. Cheers. It's just the right amount of greasy, cheesy, meaty, and juicy. The brisket is so tender and smoky. The onions offer a satisfying amount of sweetness to it too. If you're bored, you've got this. This is his brisket grilled cheese sauce. Creamy, tangy, delicious. The first meal of the day, they have an advantage because I've not eaten anything for the last 13 hours. I'm hungry. I could eat pretty much anything right now and I would like it. But no, this is exceptionally delicious. So this is our first food of the day. If I'm gonna get to over $100, I'm gonna have to eat 7.3 more items that cost this much or more. Let's keep moving. I'm here with Mike, the owner of Chopstix, the food truck. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How long have you had this food truck and why did you start it?
13 years we've had it. We're probably one of the oldest food trucks in the Twin Cities. We had a restaurant 15 years ago and decided to go the food truck route instead.
Can you tell me where you're from originally?
Saigon.
What would you say are the big differences between Vietnamese food here in Minnesota and in actual Vietnam?
I think a lot of the Vietnamese food in Minnesota is Americanized for the American palate. The flavors aren't as strong or as pungent as the food like we eat at home.
For you on your menu, what food hits most close to home?
Probably our vermicelli noodle salad with spicy chicken.
I might have to try that.
Let me get it for you.
All right, right here we have the vermicelli noodles going in first. Top it with a little bit of greens. Then the skillet's gonna receive some oil. Hit it with a little bit of chicken. Throw some onions inside too. Finally, all that chicken is gonna head on top of the salad. Boom, meal number 2. This was an audible. I didn't even know this food truck existed until 5 minutes ago, but I'm a big fan. Chopstix, they spelled it with an X to make it fun. Let's start with something very much not Vietnamese. Right here, cream cheese wontons. Take a look at that crispy outer exterior, and then now cream cheese inside. Let's give it a shot. It's a satisfying combination of textures. You've got the crunchy fried outer bits, and then that smooth, creamy, hot inner portion. It's not a ton of flavor, but that's why you need this sauce. If he's doing the traditional move here, this would be a duck sauce. A sweet, semi-sour glaze. Right next door, we have our spicy chicken salad, which he said contains bun. Bun is a vermicelli noodle. So let's try out some of this spicy chicken. Oh my God. Not spicy at all. Wait. No. maybe a 0.5 or a 1 out of 10. It's still delicious. Next up, I want to try our bun. A little bit of chicken, a little bit of salad, a little bit of noodle. That's delicious. I love it. Oh, I lied about the spice. It's 2 out of 10. It was in the noodles. So it seems they've doused it with almost like a fish sauce. It tastes savory, a bit sweet, garlicky, and like they've got some chilies in there too. This is food that would be safe for your grandma to try. It's not gonna be too spicy. It's not gonna be anything pungent. This is a place for her to experience and experiment with her most intimate culinary fantasies. What? All right, don't type that into AI. I don't want to see what that spits out.
What is that?
So this is round number 2. We got more to see. Let's keep moving. We've come to our next location right here, the Pork Chop Guys. This is dude food. I've been to a lot of food truck festivals, a lot of people doing stuff like brisket, maybe pulled pork, but you rarely will ever see a pork chop truck. And here, they're putting pork on everything, from mac and cheese to nachos to just a straight up pork chop if you want it. I'm gonna go inside right now, talk to David, the owner, and learn more. This is the grilling section where all the magic happens. And you told me a fact earlier. You said it's the only what?
The only charcoal grill food truck in the nation that we are aware of. We've looked for other ones to see if we can partner up, and we can't find anybody else.
Probably because it's super dangerous, I would assume.
It gets hot back there in Smoky, so we take a lot of precautions to make sure that our crew stays safe.
Well, I'm gonna find out. We're heading in there now. So this is kind of a prep table, and then right here, oh my God, this is the charcoal grill inside of the food truck. This is wild. It's like 200 degrees in here.
It gets up to about 120. The grill, we cook at 800 degrees.
When I looked at the menu, I was a little bit confused. I saw there's pork chops, but I also saw pork steak. What is the difference?
These are our pork chops and some pork steaks. Pork chops are more like the center of the loin, and then here, where it's a little more fatty, that's getting more into your steaks.
Why pork chops?
I grew up doing it. I know it used to be just a dried out piece of meat, and I'm just excited to bring it back and let people know how juicy they can be. So we're starting with the pork steaks, because they can take the heat a little longer than a center cut. They have that more fat, and we end down with center cuts on the end of the grill, so that way they're not cooking quite as long. Now we're doing the flip. We got the sear in, right? And with pork, you want to season after your first flip, unlike beef, where you season on the first one. I already hear and see that fat rendering down, and we use our nice dry rub seasoning, nice heavy coating.
How you holding up with the heat right now? It's like a sauna in here.
It gets hot. That's why we have 3 grill masters on the truck to rotate between cooks.
After just a few minutes, these suckers are finished and they're heading right over here. All right, folks, so that is the smoky grilling room, and this is the non-smoky room. This is where everything gets assembled. Right now, we're gonna start with the mac and cheese.
This is a white cheddar Parmesan Asiago mac that we smoke rather than using smoked cheeses. And we want to select a good pork chop that is not too fatty but tender. And we pull it off the bone.
Oh, wow, it's like pulled pork chop.
Basically, yeah, let's put that right on top. And then bacon, because bacon makes everything better. Here's a nice juicy pork chop for you. And that's our PORKY MAC and a charcoal grilled pork chop.
Boom, course number 3. If you look behind the camera, you will see it's raining. Luckily, there's a bridge up here for everybody to gather underneath. I've always wondered what it's like to live and eat under a bridge. So right here, we have our delicious juicy pork chop. I got the bone here. Oh yeah, delicious seasonings on top. I can feel it with my fingers. Look at that gorgeous white meat. The seasoning is delicious. It is far from dry. It's not tender, but it's really juicy. It's got a nice bite to it. And he said it's almost like the Wagyu of pork chops. I think Babe the Pig was a Wagyu piece of pork. I would have hit that on a grill. Moving on to our next food right here, the Porky Mac and Cheese. I'm gonna start with this pork steak, slightly different from a pork chop. It's juicy, it's meaty, and it got a kiss of that mac and cheese on there. So I'm tasting a little bit of that creaminess too. Time to go for the mac and cheese. Look at that velvety, smooth, thick mac and cheese. I want to put a little piece of bacon on there. It's like Elmer's glue in here holding this thing together. It is so thick. Cheers. This has like a deep hickory smokiness to it. Or is that maple? Or is that particle board? You guys ever smoked meat with particle board? Well, if you hang out under bridges long enough, you probably will. Next, I want to try the ultimate bite. We've got some mac and cheese. We've got some bacon. And we're topping everything with some of that pork steak. It's melting my heart. A big win. Plus, that's a lot of food for 15 bucks. I don't know how you could possibly eat all this and move forward, unless you or me, because that's what I'm going to do right now. Just kidding. Do you want this? The spot behind me, if you just looked at the name, you might not know that this is an Asian food truck. It's called Sincerely Eats. Among the 50 plus food trucks that are here, I'm happy to see that there are so many different Asian food trucks, since I like Asian stuff, including my wife. She's Asian stuff too. Here they have an extensive menu, but it's also full of some Hmong classics because the owners are Hmong. Now at our previous truck, we tried the pork chop, but here they have one of my favorite parts of the pig, the pork belly. I got a little pork belly here too. Let's not talk about it. Dieting's hard. Let's move. Boom, I broke into another food truck. I am here with Pang. Hi, Pang.
Hi.
Why did you decide to start a food truck?
We were working for Egg Girl Queen food truck for about 5 to 6 years. Then we decided that we wanted to try our own food truck too.
How did you come up with the menu for this food truck?
Since we are Hmong, we like to go and try different cuisines from around this area. So we just decided to do what we know our specialty, and we just meshed it together with the food that we like to try around here.
What would you say is the most Hmong dish that you have on your menu?
It's definitely our pork belly. We serve it with our Hmong pepper as well. We already have our pork belly in a garlic marinade. So I'm gonna grab the best slabs that I can see.
I love any type of meat in slab form. Oh, there it goes into the fryer. Drop it in the oil and then just hope that the light doesn't fall in there too. Who put that there? And the pork belly is coming our way.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it into smaller pieces. Double check, no pink.
This is 1 serving for 1 person.
1 person.
I'm very impressed.
I'm gonna get rice from this one over here.
Okay, sure. So we're a bit cramped in here, guys.
I know. All right.
Go for it.
Okay, so here's our rice. We just put it at the bottom. All right, and then we'll put the pork belly on top. And we add a little bit of green onions on the top just to add a little greenery. I'm putting the Hmong pepper on the side because the spice level could be really hot for some people. For Hmong people, I'd say it's about a 2 or 3. And that's how you make our pork belly with Hmong pepper.
We have another food here. This is a stupid amount of meat in a good way. You can still see the porky juices coming out when you stab it with a fork. To my haram friends, cheers. To my halal friends, look away. Oh my lord, a little bit crunchy on the outside, juicy, full of porky goodness, just a wonderful, flavorful marinade you put on there. This is the Wagyu pork I'm talking about. When you dig deep, you got some steamed rice in case you need to break up that rich pork. Even better, fluffy rice mixed with some very rich pork, delicious. But there's one more strong flavor component that we have right here. This is the Hmong pepper sauce. Here we have Thai chilies, we have cilantro, and we have some other seasoning. She said for Minnesota people, this is like a 6, 7, 8 spiciness, but for Hmong people, it's like a 2. Let's see if I'm a Hmong people or a Minnesota people. Oh no. Shame is washing over me. That's pretty spicy, my guy. Let me drip some of that over here. Here we got a little bit of rice. We got a little bit of pork belly. And we got a lot of that sauce. Let's go for it. Instant heartburn. When I was young, I used to have a condom in my wallet. Now, Hepsid AC. Oh shoot, I used it already. Dang it. I gotta say, I'm very impressed by the spiciness of this sauce. 2 out of 5 Minnesotans, if they eat this, they will self-destruct. They will immolate. They will start on fire spontaneously. For $15, I gotta say, this seems like an incredible value. That is a lot of pork belly. But here's the thing, I'm not done, because she has one more thing inside that I desperately want to see. Boom, I'm back in the truck. I'm gonna be trying a bun bao. Is that what it's called?
Is my mic on?
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm back in the truck. I'm about to try a bao bun, but she has 3 different flavors here. Chicken, pork, and then tofu. She says I should try the tofu, but why?
It has a really crunchy texture on the outside. A lot of people don't even know that it's tofu until we tell them.
Can you lie and tell me that it came from an animal?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do it. Everything starts right here with the steamer and the bun.
We're gonna drop the bun in and just cover it. Gonna wait for that to steam for about 3-5 minutes.
So right here, that is the tofu. It's covered in panko breadcrumbs.
So it's gonna go in there for about 5 minutes, and then when it comes out, it's gonna be super crunchy. Okay, so now we're gonna check on the buns to see if it is ready. I check it, it's just by poking it. If it's bouncy, it's good.
Are we good?
Yeah, the tofu is ready as well.
Look at that, crispy as heck, like a gold bar.
Here is the tofu.
Hit it with a little bit of greens.
And then we put the pickled red onions in there. To hold it together, we gotta toothpick it. And now this is chicken thighs that we cooked on our black top. It's brined in salt and sugar base.
Hit it with some more greens.
And our pickled onions as well. Gotta make sure we poke it so it stays together. And now we use our special sauce. This sauce is pretty strong, so we just drizzle it.
Is that the eel sauce?
Yes, and that's how you make our bao buns.
Lovely. This is our final food from Sincerely Eats. It is the bao bun. Pang, I know you're watching this. You're wonderful. Thank you for inviting me into your home. I mean food truck. Wait, do you live there? Anyways, she's the one who pushed me to try the tofu. It looks like a big chunk of tofu. I think if I eat the whole thing, I'll be officially declared a vegan, which I'm terrified of. Let's try our first one right here. Chicken. The bun feels nice. You want, so like when you give it a little bit of a bounce, it bounces back like an implant. Not that I would know. Sorry, wife. Okay, she doesn't know a joke happened. Cheers. I love the pickled onions. It gives it a bit of a sour punch. This is a pretty mammoth piece of chicken that's slammed in there. I do like the soft texture of these buns. That is not easy to get right. And that sauce, very sweet, very salty, a lovely combination. Right here we have the tofu. I kind of want to just break it right now and see what it looks like on the inside. Wow, that's meaty. Now, the good part about eating this is it's guilt-free. Nothing had to die. The bad part about eating this is that it's guilt-free. Nothing had to die. Let's give it a shot. I'm pretty impressed. Super crunchy. The tofu itself, it doesn't really have any flavor, and that's why she's got to go to town with the eel sauce on there. So you're getting all that sweet, salty goodness from the eel sauce mixed with that incredible texture. Oh no, am I vegan now? My wife nodded yes. Oh no. When do I get my vegan Bible? Boom, we've come to the food truck known as Ipierogi, and I'm here with Renata.
Renata Luniewski, very nice to
Nice to meet you. You say you're serving Polish food here, but where are you from actually?
We are actually from Poland.
Can you prove it?
Ja mogę powiedzieć po polsku dzień dobry, witam, jestem z Polski. Enough?
I have no idea what she's saying right now.
Exactly.
Here you'll find a lot of smoked stuff, meats, barbecue, a lot of Asian food, but the Polish food, it stands out. It's very different.
It's very light, there is not too many spices, and we steam, we don't use deep fry.
What are some of the staple foods of Poland?
You have to try pierogi, schabowy, bigos, and of course kiełbasa,
Oh, I know that one.
and then stuffed cabbage.
I'm somebody who's a big fan of Asian food, and I look at your pierogi and I think, oh, that's a dumpling.
Similar.
I was wondering if I could go inside the truck and see how some of the food is made.
Welcome. Yes, let's go. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
I'm so excited. Let's check out the food. So right here we have,
Pierogi.
you have a couple different fillings. One that's
Yeah.
potato
We
and
have a
cheese and
potato
meat. Here's the
and
kielbasa.
And our homemade sauerkraut.
Let's talk about this.
Our stuffed cabbage. Inside we have a mixture of ground pork with rice, and it's all wrapped in a cabbage leaves and cooked with the tomato sauce.
So I'm gonna load up on one of these. I'm gonna get some of these meat pierogies stuffed with what type of meat?
It's a ground pork.
Then right here we have caramelized onions, a little bit of bacon bits, and a single piece of arugula.
And that is our meat pierogi.
Thank you. Let's go try it out. Boom, location 27. I feel like I've been eating for the last 6 hours. Oh wait, I have. Right here, Polish food. And for me, this is really a first introduction to the food of Poland. The pierogi, it's almost like a dumpling. Cheers. That is hearty. The pork inside, it's almost like a porky paste, very well seasoned, full of flavor. I can't wait to try the same when I go to Poland, and I'm curious if it's gonna taste similar or the same. The wrapper is still almost very doughy. So this right here, it is $12, but this one is $9. This is a cabbage roll. It's basically taking a bath in a soupy tomatoey base. Tastes like Campbell's tomato soup. I've got it completely cut in half. I'm forking the butt. You can see, my gosh, this thing is so thick. There's a bit of cabbage on the outside, but on the inside, it's all that rice and pork mixed together. When I first saw this on the menu, I thought, oh, cabbage roll. That's like 0 calories. This is basically health food. I take it back. It is not. Cheers. Delicious. The pork is a whole different experience compared to what I had here. Here it's mixed with rice, which actually makes it a bit more light. That nice thin layer of cabbage holds everything inside. You absolutely dredge it with tomato sauce, get it all soaked. Polish food. So that is our Polish menu offering for the day, but I have room for one food inside me, and I want to see if I've spent over $100 in this entire day of food truck eating. Plus, I need to show you the winner of today's food truck face-off. We have one more location to go. Let's keep moving. All right, folks, we've come to our final location, because if I eat any more, I will have a cardiac arrest. The kind of arrest that has no bail. After eating so many savory foods today, it's time for a little bit of dessert. Behind me, Amish Annie Donuts. I know what you're thinking. Amish? Wait, don't Amish people hate electricity and technology? Yes, and somehow they're in a wagon. And this is not a drawn wagon being pulled by a horse. This is a full-on trailer housing all the cooking instruments needed to make donuts. How do Amish people make donuts? That's what I want to find out. Let's get in line. Hi there. Oh my God. So right here you can see the donuts. There are 3 versions available. Fresh fruit, fruity pebbles, or chocolate chip. Which one do you recommend?
Our most popular one is the fresh fruit one.
Fresh fruit, very popular. Probably more traditional, because I don't think the Amish are out there picking fruity pebbles every summer. So Amish people don't use technology, but I see a lot of technology here. What's happening?
So my mom got invited into Amish home and they taught her the recipe. Obviously they did everything by hand, but to make it easier, we used machinery.
I gotta say, that plan is diabolical, because those Amish people aren't seeing this on any TVs, any commercials on YouTube. Go into the Amish community, take their recipes, put it on YouTube, they'll never know. Yes?
No, but
They do know?
yeah.
They're okay with it? Okay, cool. So could I please have a fresh fruit one and a chocolate chip? So the whole thing starts with one giant donut that's already glazed, then it's filled with whipped cream. Next up is time for fruit. Strawberries, blueberries, schnozberries. No, that's it? Okay, bye. Moving on to number 2. Filling the second one with whipped cream, hit it with a little bit of chocolate, a load of chocolate chips on top, and that is complete. Boom, it's our final location right here. Take a look at it. It is diabetes on a platter. First of all, lemonade. This is strawberry. Let's give it a try. That is really good. But we're not here for the lemonade, we're here for this, a special traditional Amish recipe. It's essentially a glazed donut, then inside full of whipped cream. This is no whipped cream out of a can. I would never eat such a thing. Is happiness in a can? a look at this. It is super dense and thick. Oh, it's so warm on the inside too. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of whipped cream, a little bit of strawberry, and it's time to give it a shot. Oh my God, heaven. Oh no! For a second I thought a bird shit on me. If that was bird shit, it would be delicious, sweet, creamy bird shit. This is one of the best donut creations I've ever had in my life. It's warm, cakey, steamy, glazed on the outside, dense but soft, pillowy, and sweet at the same time. Hold on, I need to hand this to a stranger and see if they agree. Don't lie. Give your real facial reaction. Wow. Really good. Who the f was that guy? Is some for wife? She gave the Mark Wiens, oh wow, that's how you know it's good. But over here, we have like the demonic, intense, overly indulgent version of this dish. Oof, I'm telling you, this is my final bite for the day. After this, I'm bringing the chocolate home. It's not gonna be wasted, my dog can eat it. Cheers. Absolutely wild. It's just like the most over-the-top dessert. So that is our final meal. All of it fantastic, and they didn't even pay me that much to say that. I mean, anything. But this video is far from over. We still need to know if A, I spent over $100, and 2, who won this food truck face-off? Let's find out. Boom, today we went to the food truck place. Today we went to 6 different food trucks, and I tried a lot of different food. I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of my fellow Minnesotans, even if they're Polish. There was a fantastic array of food that's local and food from around the world. But there are some questions that must be answered. First, did I spend over $100? Come on, guys. In this economy, yes, easily. Just the last meal, that was like $44. All in all, today at 6 locations with all the food, we spent $145. That's a lot of food. But to be fair, that fed me and some guy. Who was that? Question 2, who won the food truck face-off? Every one of those 6 food trucks was cooking up something special, but one had a special place, especially special place in my heart. Sorry, I'm crashing a little bit from all that sugar. The winner today is Annie's Amish Donuts. It's a heartwarming story of a family sharing a recipe that otherwise may not have ever gotten out into the greater community. Also, it's probably the best freaking donut I've ever had in my life. So that's it. I feel satisfied. Actually, my stomach hurts and I want to die. So that's it. The Minnesota Food Truck Festival. Another year, another banger. Would I do it again? Dang right I would. Because there's like 44 trucks I didn't go to that I'm going to hit next year. Plus, you know, some go out of business, some new ones get made. I'm going to end this video. Anyways, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Outhouse. I'm going to need an outhouse right now. I need to get in and out of an outhouse. Stat.